Has there been any updates? I know I said I was going to get on here and get some more information, but I didn't get to it. But I'm sorry, I'm eating sherbet. I'm lactose intolerant, so I eat sherbet or sorbet. Anywho, Facebook's flagging me. I'm like, even in my group that's named after this channel, is I'm getting flagged. Like they're flagging my live videos. I even just posted one that was just like, "Hey, Facebook's flagging me. I don't know what's going on," and just explain the situation. They took that one down like within minutes. So even though I don't have a following, I'm nobody. You can even see here, I probably got a handful of people that follow me here on my profiles on Facebook. I have less than 120 people on my profiles on purpose. Um, but I'm being censored because white folks sit together regardless if they're on the left or the right. At the end of the day, they stay on code because they know they white first. Unlike black people, they still don't matter if we did. They feel like no matter if they disagree, there's somebody else talking shit that don't look like us. We gon' link up and we gon' stand in solidarity and get and check that, nip that in the butt. So that's what's been happening, I guess. Um. So I don't know what's going to happen, yo. I don't know if they going to turn the lights out. I've been questioning, like, well, how would they do it? And, like, obviously, or, like, just so many questions. When they do, when this happens, when this whole rolling outage or whatever, will it be a rolling outage? I know Texas has their own power grid. And I didn't actually get a chance to look at how many power grids there are across the nation. But how are they just going to like simulate an attack on our grids, or is it going to be weather induced? Are they going to use the weather stuff to manipulate the weather and be like, oh, it's the strongest power system. I don't know, a snow system, or I don't know, a tornado outbreak. I don't know. Are they going to do that? And then will it be rolling outages, or will it be just a massive outages? What parts of the country? Well, are the breadwinners that's holding the country together as far as states are concerned is California, Texas, Florida. I want to say like Rhode Island or something like that, and another two states in that area somewhere up the northeast. So I know even if there's some issues in those states, they're gonna make sure that those states get back up on track before anybody else. That's if they're not trying to have a complete shutdown. Um, I don't know, cause I mean, I feel like if this is gonna be a controlled thing, they don't need 6 months to collapse the dollar, whatever. They don't need 6 months. Shit will break down in 2 weeks. Would it be in the wintertime? Then again, they might do it in the summer because once, people start killing each other and all that other stuff, and the garbage and sewer backs up, when it's hot and in the heat, it's going to breed more disease more quicker, and famine and shit like that spreads quicker, you know. Y'all remember them five body caskets and them all them bullets that the State Department just purchased, whatever department that was, the last few years, 3 years ago or something like that. I don't know. I don't know. And black people, I know most of you won't like this, and I'm pretty sure most of you don't even think about this. Most of you think that you, when they talk about things, that we're included, and you don't understand that technically you're not. You're not included. They don't care about your education, how much money you have, if you know, a law-abiding citizen. They don't care. Okay, they don't care when it all boils down to it. So this new world, like I was saying in my other video, this new world order, how many of you think that we're gonna make it into this new world order? We're at the bottom. We're at the bottom collectively. They have no use for us. They have no use for us. Okay. But no, I mean, I have so many questions about it. Like, how's it gonna take place? And then, like, okay, so if it's a natural disaster type of thing where it knocks out power, because I mean, in the northern states, I'm in the Midwest, but in the northern states and stuff, I mean, there's been situations where there are certain areas we get a storm, certain parts of the Midwest, you know, little towns or something like that, they have power outages. Some I like we'll have one for like a week or two, but it was just, you know, maybe a town or a certain area or certain spots, maybe, you know, certain grid parts of the grid, you know, so people could drive. If they could get out, they could drive, you know, 10 miles, 20 miles, um and 30 miles out to get somewhere where there are lights and things like that, or a grocery store and stuff like that. So I mean, to pop it off, I don't know, man. They're going to have to. I don't know. Like, is this when they're going to collapse the dollars? You know, and if so, like I said, how are they going to do it? And then, like, I mean, because once the grid goes out or what have you, whatever they do to make the lights go out, I mean, yeah. So if it's just going to be like total, which I don't think so. I don't think like the entire country is going to be knocked out. I don't think so. I think it'll be like a tri-state area, because remember that blackout that happened in like the 80s or 90s? It was the 80s, I think, in like what, New York or somewhere up there. I vaguely remember it, but a lot of shit went down in just them few hours. So I don't think they need 6 months. That's why I'm saying, like they're saying on this document that they, you know, you need three. I think it said 3 months was put out there, or 2 or 3 months was put out there. But I'm like, they don't even need that long before society, as we know it, collapse in this country. A few weeks. Like if you do like a total, like, you know, half the seaboard, like you could just go, man, you could just go down the seaboard, the eastern seaboard, and just knock out a power of all them states, and it's done. It's done. And you know, I was saying on my Facebook page earlier, which they deleted, I was like, well, are they, you know, I don't, you know, being the fact that you have to question what, you know, if black people are going to even be making on the other side. I don't think they have plans for us to make it on the other side. We would be the first targets, because they would go, they, you know, most certainly won't try to fix anything in our communities. No times, you know, it won't be priority. Just like in Louisiana and stuff like that, and the other little areas of the country that have, like, was hit in Texas and stuff like that. They're not trying to restore power to our areas first. So just think if it's something critically massive, and they're going to get to other areas first, and in the interim, they're going to make sure that we are isolated within our little communities or little areas in which pockets, metropolitan areas in which we are located. If you notice, where there's high concentration of black people, there it's all where it's surrounded by freeways, so that they can cut that motherfucker off. And so I can imagine that there is no power in these areas. And don't get me wrong, it's not, don't get me wrong when I say this, it's because, you know, high condensed black areas, not all of them are thugs and, you know, low lives and people who don't work and on welfare. There are people who are working, regular people who pay their taxes, who don't bother nobody, who don't have a felony, none of that. There's people who make $50,000, $60,000 living in these neighborhoods. Okay, it's not just the parts where there's just shootings every day. I'm talking about just high concentrated areas that's not gated, no type of gated communities. Okay, these urban areas, um, where black people are populated, and you know, lights go out. Lights go out. Can't get no money at ATM. Booze trucks stop coming in. Within hours of be looting from stores. Okay, days within days, whatever stores there are going to be dry. I would say a week from that, people are going to start robbing other people. Armed robberies, meaning like going into other people's shit. You know what I'm saying? Depending on the areas, the spots, because there's certain, like I said, in these high populated black areas, there's not just like the ghetto parts. There's people that's just just common folk. But, um, it might not take a week. It might take more than a week, but I don't know. Because I mean, judging from the like Katrina and stuff like that, I take that back. I think there will be some cooperation with black people, because I heard, lots of stories outside of the news. I heard like people who are from Louisiana, and videos. That's why I'm glad that people shit on YouTube and all this fake news and stuff. People, if you can't, if it's easier to speak to someone who's not paid, or listen to somebody who knows, who was there, who's not paid to say something and read off a monitor. But I do know there was a lot of cooperation when like Katrina hit, and things like that amongst us. We kind of, y'all heard about the dude that took all the babies. Like our humanity kicks in when things shit hits the fan. So I now I'm rethinking, I'm rethinking this now. That's probably why it would take some time, because they probably know that black folks will try to kick in, our survival, because that's what they've had us in, a survival mode. We're at the bottom, so we've had to, we're more used to having to do something with nothing, make things happen with nothing. So it will take us a little longer before we start turning on each other. So I can see them saying about 2 months or something like that. But I don't know. Maybe a few weeks that'll work. You know what I'm saying? I know that when they put them all in that stadium, they started, it was rapes and shit like that, and it was nasty. But it was nasty because they didn't have no way to flush get rid of the trash. There was no system of getting rid of the trash. People died because they didn't have insulin. So you're gonna have that in hundredfold. So I can see the military coming out, not, or state police. You can't get out of these urban areas, so you're stuck there. Garbage starts piling up, disease starts, people dying, they ain't get their insulin, people's heart machines and them, things and stuff like that they need to be plugged up, they dying. Elderly people, if it's cold, elderly people are going to be dying of frostbite. If it's too hot, heat exertion, you know. Um, and then there's going to come a time where we just start attacking each other, and that's going to be very nasty. And they're going to make sure that they fly their helicopters over and try to report that to wherever places that aren't experiencing it, to make us look like we're just a bunch of animals. Because that's what they do. And then they're going to say, Kill them all. They should be all put down. And they come through there with all those bullets that they just bought. And just whacking everything moving. They don't need us in the new world. In the new world order, by and large. And that could be, so that could be one. Um, or it could be something where things go out in mass all over. And then it, we cooperate for a while, but then it becomes, then that race war pops out. You know what I mean? You have the militias, the white militias. When the shit goes down, when the government can't function, the state can't function, the militias are enacted. So they take over. All the militias are fucking racist anyway. Okay? They're going to be pro-white before anything, before anybody. Fuck everybody. If you're not white, fuck you. Okay? And they might take you or your goods. Okay? So then, a lot of them are Klan and nationalists and all that shit. So they finna just have a field day, just be killing, and then that's what's gonna pop off the race war. We ain't gonna know how to, don't come out, communities and shit, just being assholes for no reason. That shit's just gonna pop off. Because motherfuckers look at them like shit. Police ain't come, you know what I mean? Like, we're in a national emergency. You all these little dudes that got shooters, and all these guys, older guys that got guns and stuff, that don't say nothing. Because not every black man have a felony, okay? I'm not even talking about the ones with felonies that's running around him. Them the ones that have the most fucking guns, okay? And exotic guns, okay? They're not finna have that, because at the end of the day, they're gonna be like, fuck y'all. Y'all not real police. Y'all ain't the real police any motherfucking way. And y'all coming in here with that racist shit. You know what I'm saying? So that's what's gonna pop off the race war. And then they're gonna get more people dead. Because they a lot of, believe it or not, I don't give a fuck what you say. Okay, y'all, them racial people that think that, okay, they ready to kill some black people. Okay, be ready to get killed. Now I ain't saying we're outgunned. I don't know. Unprepared, unplanned. Like for a plan, yes. Trained and stuff, yes, I can agree with that. But we got guns. I mean, we ain't got no arsenals, but people have guns because of how we live. Unfortunately, in the areas in which we live, our kids go to school with fucking guns because, the environment is so do or die, or we have to be on. We fear for our lives when we walk out our doors. How about that? How we say it? Like, how about I just say it like that, right? Okay, so we all got guns, but anywho, yeah. And then they come back with the dollar. I mean, come back with the new world order currency. See, and that's why I be like. Y'all be like, oh, this new, with this new, y'all think this dude coming to save our country, and he isn't. See, and while Iran, China, and the Soviet Union got military weaponry via some ships down there in Venezuela, in off the waters down there. Okay, then y'all have he does that little alert thing that ain't never been done. So we had a text message, and then now all of a sudden they put out a thing about a grid. Y'all still think he's for y'all or for the country? Look, it's a setup. It's good cop, bad cop. We're familiar with that with black people. I'm letting you know, white people, we're familiar with that. With y'all doing that shit. So y'all may not be familiar with the shit, but it's that look over here while I do over there. They needed him to come in to give y'all hope. Okay? But really, he's he's with the program. Just like if he wasn't with the program, he'd be dead. Kennedy wasn't with the program. They killed him. You think he would be alive? You you know, and let me back up and also say this. You know, every country feels like they are have the best country. I got all types of shit in my hair. Every country feels like they are the best country in the world and the strongest country in the world as far as military is concerned. We have a lot of weapons and stuff like that. A lot of our technology with regards to weapons systems and things like that come not from Japan and shit like that. But still, ooh, I can see like it's this anyway. But still, I have a lot of white stuff in my hair. I just noticed that. Um, to put it simply, we have been the bullies of the world for 100 years. Okay, we have gone around being big bullies. Reality is it's the same as life. A lot of countries are our allies because we're fucking bullies. Just like in the schools, you had the bullies, you had the people that was kind of cool with the bullies, but they really wasn't cool with the bullies, but they was being cool with the bullies because they didn't want to get bullied. Sometimes they didn't like what the bully did. It's going to take one person to stand up to the bully. Okay, the bully ends up going down. Okay, we can be beaten. Now, I'm not saying not to. We're gonna fight valiantly. Okay, we are going to fight to the death. It's very honorable. It's going to be very honorable, very Klingon, very Klingon. Okay, but our chickens have come home to roost. All this shit that we've done, and then mind you, what really boggles my mind is that it's a lot of military people like, oh no, you're not gonna do this to my country. You're not gonna bring the dollars, and you're not gonna destroy our dollar and bring that technology in here and blah 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 blah. You motherfuckers went around the world for the last 50 years destabilizing countries for this same agenda that you're talking about you don't want to partake in. So your hands is already bloody. You've already helped them come to the precipice that they are at right now. It's just our turn. Kosovo and all this in the Middle East and going down to Venezuela and all these other countries and things like that. What you think you was doing? Hell, if you was talking about if you was so fucking worried about this damn country and what the fuck, y'all wouldn't have took y'all ass over to Iraq and y'all would have had some discernment about how do buildings fall like that. It's seriously being that some of y'all specialize in explosives and stuff. They teach y'all some of that. Some of y'all know that stuff. Oh, we gonna stand up to the okay. Why didn't y'all do that when Bush set up them buildings to fall? When they lied to go to Iraq, you followed orders then. Them buildings, that was a part of the whole system that you talking about now you don't want to be a part of. Yeah. All that money they stole right before then. Yeah. Okay. You just isn't complicit. Now it's like now it's your turn. Like shit wasn't real until it got to your doorstep, right? You was just playing and shit and fucking with people and helping them. You was helping them the whole time, helping them. Wasn't saying nothing. Wasn't disobeying orders. Well, I guess you had that mentality better them than you, right? Now it's you. It's your turn. Like I said, I'm not, saying not fight honorably. I'm not saying that. We're going to do what we're... And if you believe in the Bible, which I'm here some of y'all do, we're Babylon, okay? So, okay, we're Babylon. Okay? We're Babylon in the Bible. America. It's no secret. The people that control the world, not nations, not presidents or Talking about the people that actually control the world. They are passing the torch to China. The bigger players in this new world will be China and India. I am certain of those two. I don't know who else. Maybe Russia will then become the muscle of the world after they totally fuck us up. Okay? And half of y'all don't realize that. I don't even know. Like, you talking about weather weapons. They got shit sounds that can make motherfuckers go crazy and start killing people. Which makes you question all them shootings. Man, these mass shootings that come about. Like, they have weapons that can fuck with us on a cellular atom level, frequency level. Okay? Hmm? Hmm? They don't even have to fire a shot if they don't want to. Now, being that they park their little warships down real close to us, and I don't know. I don't know. Maybe was it? I mean, I don't know. Maybe they're making sure that we do what the fuck we supposed to do, or whoever was told to do what they were supposed to do, that they make sure they do it, or if not, here's Plan B. Now, like I said, I know we're gonna do what we're supposed to do. I ain't even told you about some of the dreams that I've had that have been reoccurring. And I'll probably get into that some other time. I told one other person that was in military. It has something to do with China and destruction here on this continent, on this nation. A reoccurring dream I've had for since like the early 2000s. Maybe, yeah, early 2000s or late 2000s. At least 10 years. We'll just say that. At least 10 years. Probably longer, but at least 10 years. I want to say, yeah, probably longer. And I'm kind of unnerved because unfortunately I see that maybe those dreams will end up true, and it's going to be very fucked up, because it's just going to be very fucked up. We will experience in this country something we have never experienced in modern times since the Civil War. Okay, and far worse. Far worse. We've never had real boots on the ground here. Okay? Never. But can you imagine, like, the lights going out, shit being fucked up, we scuffling and arguing with each other. Some of us, let's say a few 100,000 have died across the country. Then all of a sudden, China puts its, you see, paratroopers in the wrong army fatigue, paratrooping out the, just coming out of the sky and falling to the sky. Military tactical gear. You're already weak, hungry, sleepy. Half your family done died of different diseases, getting killed, all the shit. But we will fight with honor. But I'm telling you, the powers that be, we gotta go. And we will, unfortunately, go. And I would suggest that if you can leave, leave. And half of you that's talking about you're not gonna leave your country, your mama's mama was an immigrant that was leaving a tyrant country or a famine and things like that. They left.